Alright everyone, it's time for some Switch eShop deals, and today I have 10 games for you all under $10 or your regional equivalent, covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Now if you do enjoy this video, subscribe, it helps out the channel a huge amount, and then also watch out for our winner of a $10 eShop gift card later in this video, and then drop a comment down below for your chance to win one in next Thursday's video. We do this every single week, and that is really all it takes, a single comment. A quick note on the channel then, I was hoping to be back now to tons of reviews and nearly daily content, but I've been having some technical challenges I guess since the move, a microphone that's being an absolute pain and a few other pieces that are just simply playing up. I should however have it all fixed now in the next, I'm hoping at least couple of days, and we can get back on top of it, so thanks once again for the patience. Alright then, let's get into this. I like this selection a lot this week, and we're going to be starting with Blossom Tales 2, The Minotaur Prince. The first game was a fantastic tribute to Zelda, and this one, I think it continues that trend. Now once again, the concept is simple. We are sitting down with our brother to hear a story from our grandfather, and we essentially put ourselves into this world. Things here though are, I guess, bad. Our brother is captured and being swayed by the Minotaur Prince, and we must now fight to get him back. Some really fun top-down action here, great puzzle design, and a story that will last you, I'd say, around 10 hours. My review is in the pinned comment, and it's 45% off right now, a new low price. The Coma Recut is back on offer with a new low price, that's 87% off, and this one is a side-scrolling horror game where you fall asleep in school and you awake in, I guess what is, a nightmare realm. Explore, get to the bottom of what is happening, and avoid some particularly nasty teachers that definitely want you dead. It's really a game of basically pegging it if you see an enemy, and yeah, look, sure, it becomes a little repetitive down to that 2D design, but I just loved the world and that kind of school location. I also highly recommend the sequel, which I think elevated the experience just in all of the right ways. Namely, it actually goes ahead and introduces multiple locations. Now that one is on sale too right now, 80% off, but we did see that cheaper around a year ago, not by much though, maybe, I guess, like $1. KO the Kangaroo, a good bundle, gets a new low price, 70% off. Now this includes the base game and the Halloween pack, which introduces some new challenges and cosmetics. What I'm really liking here, however, the fact it is cheaper right now than we've ever seen the base game standalone. Now regarding the game, it's a tribute to classic 3D platformers, and I think it does a decent job, some fun level design and some unique mechanics. But just as a, I guess, warning, you will find some frame rate drops towards the end game, and also beware of reviews with this one. At launch, it actually had a game-breaking bug that has since been patched out, but for that reason, I won't be including my review below. The TakeOver is up next, 85% off, that matches the low price, and this is actually a personal favourite. Now at launch, it had the unfortunate, I guess, situation that it launched right alongside Streets of Rage 4, and yeah, it immediately for that reason got labelled as a clone, but I'd argue it is a little bit more than that. Now the devs have openly stated as well that Streets of Rage is a major influence. I'm not trying to hide that, it's very obvious, but I think the characters are still fun. There's 3 of them to play as, the combat is solid, and there's some really fun vehicle moments as well, just to kind of, I guess, spice things up. I also really like the visual style and the soundtrack as we set out on this adventure to save a friend's daughter. Now find my review in the pinned comment. Check that out first, make sure it's one for you, but I do think this is a steal of a price for genre fans. Asterix and Obelix slap them all while I'm on beat 'em ups, and while I would immediately choose TakeOver first personally, this would definitely be worth a look I think for fans of the IP. Now you probably guessed this already, but you choose your favourite character and you set out to battle the Roman Empire. I think it looks fantastic, exactly like the cartoon, and the sound design, the music, that is all in keeping with this world. My big issue with this game, I think it's just overlong. The main story is about 6 hours, which is already beefy for the genre, but it's how they achieve that, and that's basically the big problem, I guess. They basically just repeat levels, and the grind here begins to feel real. I still had some fun with it personally, and 75% off is a new low price, so maybe check out my review in the pinned comment to see if this is one you want for the library. Ys Origin then is a great option for action RPG fans, and right now it's 70% off and matching the low price. Now if memory serves me correctly here, this was a PlayStation Vita title that got the re-release treatment, and I really enjoyed it, as you'll see in my review in the pinned comment. The story's definitely out there. First of all, angels lift our home out of the reach of demons that are attacking, but now those demons are building a tower to reach us, and our protectors, I guess they've disappeared, so it falls upon us to save the day. Now what that entails is playing as one of 3 characters and entering the tower to battle it out. Now visually, I do think it can get a little repetitive, definitely shows its age. It was from 2006, I think it was, and there's even a particularly annoying character in here as well, but yeah, I thought overall it was great fun, and bosses were particularly impressive in this world. Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom is 75% off, that matches the low price, and if you want a gem of a Metroidvania, this is the game to get in my opinion. It's also a long bloody game as well, around 20 hours, so definitely be prepared for that. Come here though to set out on this adventure to save your home, and along the journey you're going to learn to transform into 6 unique forms, each of which provides its own kind of combat and platforming abilities. You're going to need to use these to advance forward. On top of all of this then, the visuals are stunning, as is the music, and yeah, I don't think personally this one gets enough love. Blazing Chrome then is for the run and gun fans out there. We recently got a new Contra, which I thought was okay, I guess, but I'd rather be playing this one, which is a tribute to classics like that. Now the story, it's basically Terminator. Machines rule the world, and we are fighting back now to survive. The controls and the gunplay, though, incredibly responsive. The boss battles often brutal, and there's 5 locations to overcome. There's even hover bikes, a selection of weapons, and local co-op support for up to 2 players. Now this one, it's 60% off, matching the low price. Definitely one that's worth it. Dark Devotion then comes from the same publisher, the Arcade Crew, and they find some really unique titles to drop, this being one of them. It's an action RPG, and it can be incredibly tough as a warning, but it's got this beautiful gothic style. And then perhaps the most unique thing here is you actually can't jump, and I know that doesn't sound all that special, but it creates a sense of forward progression and fear, because once you drop down somewhere, there is no going back, or at least no going back without a ladder or some form of assist. The combat then, challenging but fair. The weapon and armor selection, good fun. Bosses crushed me more than a few times, and the story, you're testing your Temple of Faith, which I think is a really unique topic. This is another game that's underappreciated in my opinion, and right now it's 70% off, matching the low price. The winner of the week then, it's going to Chris, who highlighted Tell Me Your Story, which is actually a title from Red Deer Games. They sponsored the video last week, and it's worth checking out, especially with the current massive discount. Congrats on the win, Chris. Email me for the code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance in next Thursday's video. Windjammers 2 then comes from .emu, and they are actually the creators of Arcade Crew, who published those last 2 games. Now this game has always been a classic, at least that first entry has, but for this follow-up, much like their work on Streets of Rage 4, they took things to a new level with gameplay that feels in keeping for the series, but of course then they dialed it up to 11, and they are just a class act when it comes to taking a classic IP and doing something which feels like a natural continuation, but still keeping, the original game's heart. The gameplay, though, simple enough, a future sport, I guess, as you throw a frisbee in these 1v1 matches, attempting to hit the back of the net of your opponent. Where it gets unique though, tons of special moves, more than you may think as well, to the gameplay to master, and short career modes for each character. It also supports an online play, but no guarantees you will find someone on there. But I love this game personally, it's one I do break out when friends come over, and it's all topped off then with this stunning visual design, much like the style we saw in Streets of Rage 4. 50% off then, matches the low price. My review is down below, and I think it is well worth it. And that is the video done. What will you be checking out this week? Let us know in the comments. With that, a shout out to the patrons and the channel members who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. Helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, news and lists daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.